Glad to have you with us here. Brian right with you, catching up with one of the newest members of the Texas Stars and the Dallas Stars organization, goaltender Mike McKenna. Mike, how you doing?
I'm fantastic. Thanks for having me on today.
Well, first of all, walk me through this process, kind of through the latter part of June and into July 1 when they announced that you had signed with the Dallas Stars organization. How did this all come about?
Well, this year was actually kind of interesting because the goalie market usually shakes out a little bit before July 1st. We all kind of have an idea where we're going, and some of the older guys like myself we talk and we kind of have a feeling where we may end up. And ever since they put in the the courting period, I guess you could say, the week before July 1st, we usually kind of had a deal what was going on. And this year no one knew what was going on. It was like we were waiting for the levee to break and for all the dominoes to start to fall. And I think a lot of that had to do with the Vegas team coming in and how that changed the whole marketplace. And so leading up to July 1st, I was really unsure what was going to happen. And my wife and I were on an anniversary vacation in Portland, Oregon. And we were out at breakfast and, it got to be noon on the East Coast and then 1 on the East Coast and nothing was going on. And I'm kind of, I'm not sweating bullets, but I'm thinking, what's going on here? Usually things have happened pretty quickly. And then sitting there at breakfast and my agent calls and just went from there. And so I was really excited because I've had Dallas and especially Austin really high on my list for years and a place that I would love to play. And it happened. So just really excited.
What was it about Dallas or Austin? You say that it was kind of high on your list, but what was attractive to you about playing in the state of Texas?
Well, for Austin, my initial memory, I've only been to the city once, but it was when I came with Peoria. And we just had a ton of fun when we were there. I had a couple of great meals. Obviously, it's a great food city, and that's something to me that's really big. But on top of that, though, the arena itself and the fan base, and it just seemed like a really fun place to play. And I've known a lot of people that have come through the organization. I played juniors with Greg Rollo years ago. like 16 years ago. Frankie Wathier, Max Fortunas. I've known a lot of guys that have played in Austin, and just hearing them talk about it seemed like a place that would be a great fit for myself and for my family. And, it'd be a good place for my daughters to be able to play outside year round. And so it was just, I'm really high on the list, like top 1 or 2. And so on top of that, too, knowing Brian Elvis Garcia, the equipment guy, and then knowing Michael DeLay in the front office, just, lots of parallels, and happy it happened.
Well, between Wathier and Fortunas and Rollo, you just named, I think, 3 of the all-time fan favorites. So diplomatically, you're starting things off well, mentioning those 3 guys.
Yeah. Well, it's not a political play. They're all good guys, and I like them all. I'm really, really excited that Greg Rollo's coming back, too. It's great for the team. It's also great for us, personally, because he's got a great family with some kids, 3 of them, I believe now. And I've got 2 daughters. And then also, I've got another forever teammate coming along here. Brent Regner and I are going to be wearing, I think, our 5th jersey together. We can't shake each other. And, just a great player, great guy. He's been a captain in a couple of places. And he's got a small family, too. So I think the mini stick games they're going to be out of control, especially when you factor in more, Morin's got a couple of little ones. It's going to be intense downstairs at the games.
When you look at the Dallas Stars organization and the Texas Stars organization, it's not a secret around the hockey world. Goaltending has been something that has been an area of concern, I would say, over the past 2 years, both for Dallas and for Texas. Not that it's been bad, but just they felt like it's an area that they could be better in. And so now you come into this organization, and yes, you're competing for certainly an NHL roster spot. Every player is. But as you look at Dallas, as you look at Texas, what are your expectations as you enter this organization specifically as a goaltender?
Well, I expect to go to Dallas, especially in camp, and put my best foot forward like anybody else. And, it's no secret that no matter what, however old you are, wherever you're pegged, we're doing this to play in the NHL. And if I end up in Austin, that's fine. I know that's probably what I've been pegged for, but I still, at 34, want to play in the NHL and know that given the right scenario, I can do that. And I just need the chance to show it. So my expectation is to come in and do whatever they ask of me. If that's go to Austin, if that's be in Dallas, whatever, I'm ready for it and I'm going to do the best I can. But I know that the organization made a great acquisition in getting Ben Bishop. He's a friend of mine. He's also a fellow St. Louisan who's a fantastic goaltender. And I also think that as a goalie, a lot of times we are giving far too much credit and far too little credit. And, you look at the organization bringing in Ken Hitchcock, who is a guy whose teams have always been defensively stout. They help their goalies. That's going to be a win-win for everybody. So I think it's moving in the right direction that way. I think it was a great fit in that regard. And I keep saying excited, but I really am. I'm really excited about this in the organization.
You mentioned being a St. Louis guy and a Midwest native. You grow up there, you see the weather change every 10 minutes. You've spent basically almost your entire career in the Northeast, and now you're coming down to the Texas heat. Have you done any research about the climate change that you're about to enter?
Well, I'm fine with it. I mean, we just hit 108 or something last week in St. Louis, and it's humid as can be here. So heat's not something that phases us. Thankfully the air conditioners run in St. Louis, they run in Texas, but in the wintertime, I know Austin at least is, we're going to get to wear a hoodie for sure, right? And a jacket. And it's not all too different than when I played in Vegas my first 2 years pro in the ECHL. So we're excited. We played in the great places in New England, in Portland. We absolutely love Portland. We really like Syracuse. But it's a good feeling to go west and experience something different, especially for my family. They haven't gotten to do much of that. We did 1 year in Peoria. But the girls haven't really had a chance to have a little bit of a warmer wintertime. I know my older one will miss the snow, but she's not going to miss it when she's outside playing all year round.